Hello everyone, my name is Shauna Dewar-Siwik and I'm an independent distributor with GelMoment. Today I'm going to show you how to create an easy peony flower design using Dusky Blue, Meet Me at the Chapel, Maya's Cheeks, and Emerald Envy. I've also used the matter effect, and for the interests of time, I've already applied 2 coats of Dusky Blue as well as 1 coat of matter effect, and of course cured under the lamp under each coat. So now we're going to move on to the nail art part of this, and you're going to laugh. This is, it looks far more impressive than it actually is. It's very, very simple to do, and so I'm just going to apply the colors in the area to mix up just to get ready. So we'll put my Meet Me at the Chapel, Maya's Cheeks, and I already rolled my bottles before the video started because of course we want to roll them, not shake them. So that's Maya's Cheeks. I'm also going to use Emerald Envy, although you probably could use Eye to My Soul, but I wanted to create kind of a multi-dimensional effect on the leaves of the peonies, so that's why I'm using that. And I've already used Dusky Blue, so I'll put that aside. I have a couple of brushes from the Creativity set. One's a little bit thicker, one's a little bit thinner, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I might use the slightly thicker one. Maybe I'll save the thin one for the leaves. And so what I'm basically doing is I'm going to get some of the Meet Me at the Chapel, and I'm just going to create like 3 sort of dots on the nail just to get me started. So I'm just kind of blocking off an area where I'm going to create the peony. And then from there, I just sort of fan out the polish into sort of a flower shape because, peonies have that beautiful bloom. And so I'm just using the color to push out. And I mean, it's really there's no particular skill in this. You're just going from the middle out, as you can see. And then we'll just move on to the next one. And I'm actually going to be working with this whole design while it's wet, and then curing at the end, and we'll be done. And I purposely use the matter effect to make the shine of the flowers stand out, although I guess you could, if you liked the matte effect, you could matte the whole thing. But I wanted to kind of create a multi-textured look, so that's why I did the matte first before doing the flower design. Okay, so you basically just work it out until you're happy with how the flower looks, and you can always touch that up afterwards if you like. But you're basically giving an effect. Now this doesn't look like anything special at the moment, as you can see, it really doesn't. But I'm going to change that, so I'll just put that down for a second, wipe off my brush, and then we're going to take some of the Maya's Cheeks. Now Maya's Cheeks, I basically just take a dot of it for each flower, for each peony, and I put sort of a dot of it in the center of each flower. But it's not going to stay like that because I'm going to work it while it's still wet. Now you notice I did not cure the polish. I did that on purpose because I want to work it out. So I'm just sort of smearing the center around, first sort of in a swirl and then kind of out to sort of mix it up in the middle to give that peony center. And you can always add, like if you feel like you didn't put enough white down, you can always add, or like, if you feel like you want more pink, you can always add, but basically I'm just going to work with what I put there. Now I like to leave that for a bit because sometimes it swirls. I might add a little bit of white into this one, just the tiniest touch to rework it in the middle. There we go. Because I want it to kind of spread out and look not too perfect. So you can see there I've kind of created the design that I'm looking for. It looks much more detailed in person. And then the next step is I'm going to take some Emerald Envy with Meet Me at the Chapel, and I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Now, I'm purposely not mixing it into a solid color because I want the leaves to be sort of a multi-dimensional green with a little bit of white in it so that they stand out and again have that sort of multi-dimensional effect. I probably should be using, maybe I'll use the smaller brush for this so that I have a little bit more control. And then I'm just creating leaves from there. And so, I mean, leaves are nothing too specific, just leaves at the edges of the flowers. Oh my gosh, my hand's shaky today for some reason. I must have had too much coffee this morning. It's not even my right hand that's shaky, it's my left hand trying to hold this nail stick steady. But the good news is if I make a mistake, I can wipe it off before I cure it. Okay. So like I'm just putting leaves where I like them. You might put them in different places. Okay. And so I'm pretty happy with that, I think. Do I need any more leaves? All right, so there we go. We're going to put that under the lamp to cure. And then I'm going to wipe off my brushes. I will clean these with the nail cleansers in a second, but for now I'm just using a wet wipe to wipe them off. Before this video started, I also did a trial run using Nightly Affair because I like the sort of shimmery dark gray with just a little bit of a touch of gold underneath. I thought that slight metallic gray underneath would look really neat with the Peony design. But then I decided I wanted to also try how the same design would look on Dusky Blue, a more like matte solid color, to see, just to compare what the two effects would be. So when this finishes, we'll look at them side by side. Okay, all right, so that's two different sort of looks. Similar, obviously, but I have a dress that looks like this one, and I feel like that would be a really pretty design, but I'm still really drawn to the matte, slightly metallic look at the bottom. And so again, I really love the way this looks, but you could, of course, matte the whole thing if you wanted, but I think it has a nice multi-dimensional look with the glossy flowers on top of the matte base. If you don't have matter effect and you want to create this matte base like this, you can also use like the underside of your nail file, the buffing side, and you can buff off the finish before putting on the flowers. And so that's how to create an easy peony design. Once again, I'm Shauna Dewar-Siwik with GelMoment, and thank you so much for watching my video.